flesh. Sometimes it's our own desires. And probably those desires are disordered. It's not necessarily the demon. Sometimes it's other people that we do not want to talk to and tell them truly what we are thinking, what we are feeling about them, about the situation. And even when the demon comes, oh, by the way, there is almost a trend believing now that demons are not real. They are real. The church always insists on that. They are also personal beings. They're real. We just don't see them, but they are as real as sin. But even then, if Christ does not permit them to do anything, they can do nothing. We keep that in mind. Sometimes when I am overwhelmed with specific temptations, I would ask God, do not permit the demon to let me fall or to drag me down. Without the permission of Christ, the demons cannot do anything. That's not mine. That's St. John Chrysostom's. And then lastly, there's Bernard of Clairvaux. And Bernard of Clairvaux is inviting us, because today is the honoring of St. Joseph, to contemplate on the silence of Joseph, this one. He said, truly, there's never a word that is said in the Gospels. Never, not one word. But every action, big and small, was bursting with yes, with obedience, with humility. And he says, you do not need to have any extraordinary speech, meaning prayer to God or pleading, but it should be that your ordinary deed is always a deed of obedience and humility to God. Isn't that wonderful? Now, maybe really today we go back to the question of Augustine. What is the herd of swine that I'm still clinging to? Is it my own uncertainties, my own doubts about the future? And yet again, if you look at Joseph, look, he had plans probably of his own and for his own life. But when the angel came to tell him to take the darkness, in other words, what he could not understand, what he could not even see into the future, and especially what hurts him most, he still said yes. But, we do not want to miss what he said yes to. The angel plainly told him that son of hers in her womb is going to be the Savior. You see that? So Joseph, if you look at it that way, like Mary, are really partners with Jesus in the salvation of the world, yours and mine. We do not give them the title. Remember this. The church does not give the title co-redemptor, co-redemptrix to anyone. Okay? Because we have only one, and we must have only one redemptor, Redeemer and Savior, Jesus Christ. But the actions of Mary and Joseph plainly tells us they were partners, because they were told specifically, that son of yours, Mary, will be called Jesus because he will save his people. And to Joseph, that son whom you will call Jesus, which already means Jesus, God saves, will save the world. Now, having said all of that, every action really that God asks of us today, even little ones, washing the dishes, putting plates away, every action has a meaning in the whole big plan of Christ for salvation. Think about that. It is not only prayers, it is not only reading the Bible, it is not doing charity, although all of that is really in the will of God. But, Teresa of Avila said that, right? Even the washing of clothes, even the washing of plates and pans, they are all in the will of God. And so, like Joseph, we have to say yes, not really just by speech, prayers, Bible studies, and all of that, but also by every little deed we do.